Hello, and welcome to Lesson 2 of the New Mexico Secretary of State Election Challenger, Watcher, and Observer Training Course. In this lesson, we'll go over a day in the life of an election challenger, observer, or watcher. Let's first cover what you'll do when you arrive at the polling place. When you arrive at the polling location, please introduce yourself and ask to speak to the presiding judge. Please let the presiding judge know that you have been appointed as a challenger, watcher, or observer. The presiding judge will ask you to present a copy of your written appointment. For watchers and observers, because you have been appointed by an organization before showing up at the polling location, the presiding judge will confirm that your name is on the appointment list provided to the county clerk by the Secretary of State's office. For challengers, you must present the letter that you have been issued from the chair of your political party, along with a copy of the certificate of completion for this training. The presiding judge will confirm your name is on the appointment list provided to the county clerk by the party. If more than one challenger has been appointed to the polling location, the challengers will be listed in ranking order. Once confirmed, the presiding judge will provide you with an ID badge that is to be worn the entire time you are at the location. No other form of identification, party, or candidate attire should be worn. The presiding judge may ask you to sign in and may provide you with specific information about the polling location. The presiding judge is like the supervisor of the polling location. Please direct all communication, if needed, to the presiding judge only. Now we will cover what you may do at the polling place as an election challenger, watcher, or observer. As a watcher, challenger, or observer, you may be present in the room in which voting or absent voter election board activity is taking place. You may be present at any time from the time the precinct board convenes at the polling place until the completion of the election board's duties after the polls close. You may be permitted to observe that the election is being conducted in accordance with the election code, view the signature roster or precinct voter list to ascertain whether a voter has voted, subject to prohibitions and restrictions outlined in the election code. You may view any tabulator being used, and you may take written notes. As a registered challenger, you may also interpose a challenge at a polling location. The Challenger Election Code reads as follows. Conduct of election, interposing challenges. A challenge may be interposed by a member of the precinct board or by a party challenger for the following reasons. A. The person offering to vote is not registered to vote. B. The person offering to vote is listed among those persons to whom an absentee ballot was mailed. C. The person offering to vote has already cast a ballot in that election. D. The person offering to vote is improperly registered because the person is not a qualified elector. Or E. In the case of a primary election, the person desiring to vote is not affiliated with a political party represented on the ballot. What this means in the polling place for you as a challenger is that any poll worker or registered challenger at a New Mexico polling place may publicly question a person's right to vote based on any of the following criteria. You know that they have already returned a voted absentee ballot for this election. You know that they have already cast an in-person ballot for this election. You know that they are not eligible for this election and have falsified their registration. Or you know that they are not part of the party they are trying to vote for in a primary election. To interpose a challenge for an absent voter board, an appointed challenger may view the official mailing envelope and may challenge the ballot of any mailed voter for the following reasons, per the election code. 1. The official mailing envelope has been opened by someone other than the voter prior to being received by the absent voter election board. 2. The official mailing envelope does not contain a signature. 3. The official mailing envelope does not contain the required voter identification. Or 4. The person offering to vote is not a voter as provided in the election code. If a challenge is upheld by unanimous vote of the presiding judge and the election judges, the official mailing envelope shall not be opened, but shall be placed in a container provided for challenged ballots. If the reason for the challenge is satisfied by the voter before the conclusion of the county canvass or as part of an appeal, the official mailing envelope shall be opened and the vote counted. If the form on the reverse of the official mailing envelope has been completed by the voter with the voter's correct information, as verified by the county clerk, and the ballot has not been successfully challenged, the judges or election clerks shall make the appropriate notation in the ballot register. What this means for you as a challenger to the absentee board is that you may be present and view the opening of returned absentee ballots, and may challenge the ballot of an absentee voter if you believe the ballot is ineligible based on the following criteria. If the ballot has been opened prior to being received by the absentee board, if the signature is missing from the envelope, if the voter's information is missing from the envelope, or if the ballot belongs to an ineligible voter. In the event that the absentee ballot is challenged, and the members of the absentee board agree unanimously to uphold the challenge, the ballot is placed, unopened, in a separate container with other challenged ballots. If the voter is able to prove the ballot is eligible before the end of the county canvass, then the ballot will be opened and counted. Now we will go over prohibited behavior as an election challenger, observer, or watcher. You shall not perform any duty of an election board member while serving as an election challenger, watcher, or observer. You shall not handle the ballots, signature rosters, checklist of voters, or tabulators, or any part of the counting or tallying of ballots. You shall not be allowed to view a voter's full date of birth or any portion of the voter's Social Security number. You shall not interfere with the orderly conduct of the election, the counting or tallying of the ballots, or the county canvass. You shall not intimidate any voter, or attempt to influence a voter's vote while in the polling location or within the established electioneering boundary. If you have any questions on this portion of the training content, please contact your county clerk's office. Thank you for participating in the New Mexico Secretary of State Election Watcher, Observer, and Challenger training course.